Hello everyone and welcome to Season 2 of Everything You Missed in Fallout, the TV series on Amazon Prime. Before we begin, we're going to be doing Season 2 a little bit differently than we did the first season. For example, we won't be including items or references that occur often such as Nuka-Cola, Vault-Tec purified water, and any food or drinks we already talked about such as Cram, Sugar Bombs, or Blanco brand mac and cheese. We also aren't going to discuss chems like Psycho and Jet, as well as the VAT system, because we went over most of these items in Season 1 in depth. Hopefully you have seen Season 1 already if you are watching this video, and you have seen my series on the Easter eggs in the first 8 episodes of the show. If you haven't, I will include a link to that video so you can go ahead and look at a super compilation so you feel better prepared to watch this episode. I'm also going to include a link to my predictions for Season 2 and where we go over the history of minor and major factions, as well as some of the locations that we possibly might see in Season 2. With that being said, let's get right into Episode 1, The Innovator. While sitting in the bar and conversing with Bill, House asks him what trade he works in, to which Bill responds construction. House then mentions that he was probably familiar with the H&H Tools nail gun, which is a subsidiary of Robco Industries. After Bill punches House in the mouth because he, quote, thinks he would enjoy it, we see a Radiation King van in the background. This is a pre-war company most notably known for making TVs. Flying into the outskirts of New Vegas, we can see a Poseidon Energy gas station as well as Novac in the far background. We also get a nice look at the sign that gave the town its name, a no vacancy sign with the letters lit up for no vac. We get a great view of Nick the Prick's chapter of the Great Khans, which we went over in part 1 of the Future of the Fallout TV series. While being hung over the empty pool at the Dino Delight Motel, the ghoul looks over to his right and sees the Dino Bite gift shop. He mentions that he bought a soda there about 25 years ago. When we go above and get a sky view of the town from the mouth of Dinky the Dinosaur, we get to see the Helios 1 power plant in the background. This was the home of the original Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel, led by Elder Elijah, where Operation Sunburst of the NCR took place. The ghoul uses what looks like a broken fusion core to heal the wounds around his neck from being hung. When the ghoul and Lucy are looking at the skyline of New Vegas, she mentions that it still looks like the pictures that she saw of it in the vault pre-war. The ghoul mentions that's because a lot of the nukes were either shielded or pushed away from New Vegas, and Lucy asks why the government didn't do that for all the towns. The ghoul mentions that one man named Robert House is the reason why. We went over this in part 3, we'll briefly touch on it, where House had a plan. 77 nukes targeted New Vegas, and only a few got through, 9 to be exact. The rest were either shot down or were deflected and hit other areas around New Vegas. While taking a road trip with his daughter Janie to Bakersfield, Cooper notices a Vault-Tec van and a Vault-Tec salesman. This is a reference to the opening scene for Fallout 4 and the first mission, Vault-Tec calling. In the chaos of the nuclear missile test system, we see a Vertibird fly by in the sky. Reg comes to visit Betty and the Vault 33 engineers who are working on the broken water chip. This is a reference to the beginning of the franchise with the first game Fallout, where the same thing happens in Vault 13 and the Vault Dweller sent out to find a replacement water chip. The purveyor of the tasty flea soup has a tin of Polish sweet treats from a candy company called E. Vidal, founded in the 1850s. Lucy and the ghoul come upon a classic pre-war destination, the Starlight Drive-In, which can also become a potential settlement in the game Fallout 4. The Starlight Drive-In also hides in its projector screen Vault 24. Vault 24 was originally planned to be in Fallout New Vegas, and this is shown by the game files having a Vault 24 jumpsuit for you to be able to download with console commands. However, the location itself does not exist in the games. We know from the show that Vault 24's experiment was taking Americans and using House's mind control device and hypnosis to convince them to become communist. On Cooper's radio in his home, we hear of West-Tek's new product, a possible precursor to the forced evolutionary virus. When Hank gets all dressed up with a Pimp Boy to boot, we notice that his is gold. This is a reference to the Pimp Boy 3 billion, which is an item you can obtain from Mick and Ralph's vendor, Mick, after doing a quest for him. It functions the same as a regular Pip Boy 3000 model, but it just has a skin on it which makes it gold and diamond encrusted. After the credits roll, we get to see references to other locations in the Mojave, such as the city of Primm, marked by the giant sign Welcome to Primm, as well as the giant roller coaster located in the backyard of the Bison Steve Hotel. We also get to see a branch of the Mojave Express, which is where the courier was hired to deliver the platinum chip to Mr. House in Fallout New Vegas. There's also a billboard for Ruby's Rad Scorpion Casserole. This is also an item that can be obtained in Fallout New Vegas through Primm resident Ruby Nash. Ruby and her husband Johnson Nash help run the Vicky and Vance Casino located in Primm, as well as this chapter of the Mojave Express. We get a glimpse of the Season 2 storylines after the main credits roll, and Dane mentions the Commonwealth coming to kill them all. This is a reference to the East Coast chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel located in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It makes sense that the East Coast chapter and the West Coast chapter of the Brotherhood would be in a civil war because the East Coast chapter are restorers and the West Coast are nation builders. If you're not familiar with the 5 belief systems of the Brotherhood of Steel, go ahead and go to part 2 of the Future of Fallout, the TV series, where we go over all the major factions and go deep dive into the Brotherhood of Steel. Thank you so much for watching. That was all the Easter eggs in Season 2, Episode 1, The Innovator of Fallout, the TV series on Amazon Prime. If you watched the episode, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you thought. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more Fallout content. And we'll see you in the wastes.